Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. Qué frío. Qué frío. I'm high on believing.
The vibes are high and the music is a good distraction from the grave reality that we're going to arrive to the Argentinian border at 9.
I didn't think this would be one of those. It's 160 kilometers and we left at like 11 a.m. Still coasting in first. We can't put into second, otherwise we stall on the uphill. We got the songs to keep us going.
With our tuk-tuk climbing at a brisk walking pace alongside the volcanic incline, what would usually take a car 4 hours to drive is going to take us over 9 hours.
It's a really safe place for us to go 1/10 of the speed limit. Look at that, I could definitely walk faster than what we're going. That's max. We're just gonna chuck it in first. We stalled on an uphill. Oh, there's someone coming. Motor doesn't smell great. Quick little rest for Tori as we just rip in first gear. That's apparently a volcano. Pretty insane. Just the things you see. Brussels. She was 6'4" with a muscle.
Aside from the thin altitude air, what we didn't expect would be the sheer amount of snow.
Okay. Alright then. I didn't know we were going to the ski fields today, Miss Pats. What's going on? Damn it. Jeepers. Looks stunning though, but didn't think we'd be seeing this today, that's for sure. Oh my goodness, we're well above 4,400 meters now, and the wind is insane. The wind chill is insane, and that's snow. That's a lot of snow, Miss Pats.
Sorry, Patty, the snow boots are still in Brazil.
Yeah, you got zoomies on the snow. Zoomies on the snow, hey, Miss Pats. Miss Pats, zoomies. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm low-key altitude sick right now. Oh, that running is not a good idea.
We're on our way to Alaska in a tuk-tuk going via our crashed 3-wheel vehicle we abandoned in Brazil. Hence why we're yet again going back to Argentina on an adventure north. After 2.5 hours, we were only 40 kilometers of the way to the Argentinian border and soon approaching the turnoff for the infamous Bolivian border entry.
That there, can you see that building? Is the Bolivian and Chilean border crossing. I'm going straight because we're going to Argentina. I'll have it on the map showing you guys exactly where I am, but that all over there is Bolivia. Bolivian mountains, Bolivian snow. And I just can't even contemplate how many issues I would have if I just tried to roll up to that building right there. I would firstly get stung with a $2,500 US fine for having a Bolivian vehicle outside of Bolivia for more than 90 days. And the problems won't stop there. They will only begin. Chile won this part of land from Bolivia and Peru, and Bolivia doesn't have any ocean, and therefore we didn't have to go to Ecuador. We were able to come south to get the tuk-tuk back and going north to Alaska from there. That's the plan. What is this? Snow formations. Second gear finally works. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We're on a flat.
You try to burn me down, but my spirit just refine like a phoenix from the ash. Find my strength from within. I am stronger than before. I know that it goes.
The wind had picked up since playing in the snow and the sun was setting quickly. If we weren't already cold enough, Mother Nature was about to show us why human civilization doesn't exist along this route to the border.
Oh my gosh, I'm so cold. I've been told I can pass these trucks, get to the front of the line to first leave Chile with the documents, get the tuk-tuk out of Chile as well, and then enter Argentina with everything. I'm shivering like anything.
I wasn't at all thinking about the time difference between the two countries, and Argentina had already started closing its side of the border, threatening us that we could be trapped in Chile and forced to camp the night.
¿Cómo estás, Sergio?
No, niña.
¿Cómo?
La patente.
Ya, sí. I'm getting told that the border closes in 4 minutes and we've got to hurry. I've got to do everything. I've got the papers. Yeah, I've got to be really quick. I'm going to be rushing. Gracias. Muchachos, ahora todos That was the Argentinian World Cup song, right? So that's why we're singing it, because we made it to Argentina. We were the literal last people to cross. Every worker had their backpack on as they're putting my paperwork through. If I literally arrived 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, I would have been camping at the border. And there's so much cold through here right now, that would be unbearable. I have no fuel. Honestly, if we, like, I've got fuel in the back, but if we stopped to fill up, I would have been late. I didn't think this would be one of those. It was 160 kilometers and we left at like 11 a.m. That was 8 hours of driving because we stopped. There was a lot of rest, a lot of uphills, but damn, man, that was crazy. We need to celebrate, but I'm too in my head right now to just even comprehend that we're finally back in my favorite country, ladies and gentlemen, Argentina. Oh, I have so much love for this place. We didn't miss parts. We're in Argentina. I'm so happy we did it. We did it, you did it, you're amazing. Mira, there's no empanadas, but there's medio lunas. Qué bueno. Gracias, amigo. Welcome back to Argentina. This is only like $30 US. That's a problem with Argentina. They can identify exactly where your wallet is on your person, but you've got no money in there, practically. So letting Miss Pat on the trots, she's done so well. And now we can try the Argentinian croissant. That's delicious. Lucky I got two. New sights, new smells, new country, baby. Miss Pat is happy. Apparently this over here is the restaurant. Go check it out. Nah, restaurant's closed, so we're gonna go beg for some empanadas to be cooked up over at the gas station. Fuel station guy said this was the best hotel there is in the town. Well, this is the humble abode for the night. It's got a desk, I didn't realize that. Look at that, Miss Pats. And a private bathroom right here. It's got hot water. There's Wi-Fi. It's been a couple days since I've called the parents, so this is everything we can ask for. It was $30 US. And we can already feel the heater. That's great. We were craving it, and now we've got it. Argentinian empanadas. I could cry. They're so good. And we've got a delicious soup to warm us up. Oh my gosh, that's so good. There we go. Tuk-tuk's all locked up, safe and sound. Sweet. Memories are all flushing back. If you've ever seen a key like this, it means more than likely you've been in Argentina. Even doors that are like more than not so much legit have these keys everywhere from Buenos Aires in the center of the city, apartments, they've all got these golden keys. Very comfy, eh? So we've got this little caramel inside. Very, very nice. Terebusin, absolutely recommend it. This is an alcohol and a half. Can't wait to see more of Argentina tomorrow. Let's get it. That there of my right shoulder is an Argentinian salt flat. Never seen one of those before. So that's really cool. So right now we found this huge open space. I thought it was a car park. It's great to let Patty out, let the tuk-tuk rest. We've been driving for about an hour through Argentina. I wanted to change the flags over anyway. Apparently it's very much prohibited to be here and it's private property. I thought past this point would be private property, but it was so private they've got to escort me back to the highway. We'll stop soon, Miss Parts, okay? You happy? We'll stop soon. Yeah,
Miss Potts? What's Miss Potts saying? Sorry, Miss Potts. Well then, as you know, it's never official until we've got the new flag on the tuk-tuk. So we're saying goodbye to Chile now that we're officially in Argentina, my favorite country of South America so far in our travels. And I'm so glad to be back to get to know the people, the music, the culture even more in depth. You just trying to get comfy, Miss Potts? So that's it, the power of editing. Let's get this flag on the tuk-tuk. There we have it. Argentina, bring it on. Let's see what you got. What do you think about that, Miss Potts? Estamos en Argentina, Miss Potts. Yeah, Argentinian landscape, nice. Now it's official.
Y esta canción está especialmente dedicada a todos los migrantes del mundo entero. Dejamos familia, barrio y el hogar. Se vino cuesta arriba y la vida volvió a empezar. Siempre esa fue la magia que nos echó a caminar. Un par de fotos y coraje, la memoria, el equipaje. Siempre, siempre atento, siguiendo cada movimiento. Siempre, siempre atento. Tengo una idea, tengo un invento. Cumbia.
We're lucky enough to get a quick drone flight in with the wind and with the sudden drop in altitude that we've had. Too much kind of air getting into the motor and using too much fuel, so just change that in the back. Good as gold. Ready to get it back out there, Miss Potts?
Look at that, quick lunch stop, and this is a burger sandwich in Argentina. That is the way to go. That's huge. That's my head. Hell yeah.
Tu nombre? Pablo. Pablo was just saying, like, we've come from Chile. This is Route 40, the famous Ruta 40 de Argentina. He was just explaining that to get to Salta, which is where I'm going, it unfortunately is all like off-road, kind of ugly rocks and bumps and things.
The worst part is this 10 kilometers
Right there.
before San Antonio is broken.
Okay, so I've already driven this road when I was coming from Bolivia. Last time I was entering Argentina going south to Ushuaia a couple years ago. So I thought, oh, I'll drive a road that I've never driven before, but it looks like the best bet might be drive just nice highways. We're still a couple of days away from Salta in the tuk-tuk, but gracias, Pablo, por los consejos.
Gracias a ti. ¿Tu nombre era?
Ryan.
Ryan, gracias, Ryan. Sí.
It was a really nice burger. Gracias, Mio. Lovely to be back in Argentina. Yeah, ven. Qué bueno.
El torito.
Ajá. Yeah. El paisaje es tan lindo.
¿Cómo se llama?
Pati. Hey, relax.
Pati,
Relax, Pati. Son amigos.
¿entiende inglés o español?
Los dos. Aquí, pastos chicos, si quieres un buen milanesa sandwich. Gracias, amigos. That was delicious. Yeah, breakfast and lunch that was. So it's already 2 p.m. That was very much needed. Just a little rest. Stop off. We're probably going to get to Jujuy Capital at night with the route that we're taking. But I'm glad that we got that incredible little bit of advice to stay on the highway. We could drive the dirt road, but we do need to get to Salta. And I'm just a bit tired. Like I need to stop traveling for a bit. Maybe you've like caught on, obviously, but sometimes when you see clearly back-to-back episodes being like 1 or 2 days apart, it's because I've filmed a couple of days in a row and then I've taken a few weeks, you know. Sometimes it takes me to edit these videos, so I'm very much in need of a break and to simply just stop, get into some routine and edit. But I don't always show that. It's nice to to be when I'm on the road, show off the exciting parts, and then the mundane, the cooking in an Airbnb, and then just getting 6 days of gym in a 7-day week is what I need. And I'm just editing and sometimes try to meet people. But yeah, fortunately, because we have the routine and the rest, we don't get burnt out, because I get to live a normal everyday life every couple of weeks, you know. It just doesn't really get shown on the YouTube timeline, but of course it creates a brilliant balance into my schedule, and it's the reason why I can just say comfortably that I can well and truly be doing this for the next 5 years, which is how long I think it'll take for me to get to Alaska, simply because we get the work-life balance, I guess is what you could call it. It's not really work, it's just editing, but it's what pays the bills, you know. So keeps us on the road. Plus, I love it. I love the travel. I love the hecticness, the chaos, the kind of fighting for the time that I've got in my visa for the country. That's the most exhausting part. Sometimes I would like to stay in a country because I'm just loving it so much, and I simply cannot because the visa issues. When I'm forced to travel and forced to like speed through a country and get out, that's when it kind of ticks me off. But it's a great way to keep me on my toes and make sure that I'm never too comfortable and that we're always growing and learning and yeah, gaining more experiences, cultures, everything, the lot. Love it. Wouldn't change a thing. Football. Why are you farting back there? Why are you farting, Miss Pats? You stinky bum. North Argentina has such a distinct look. I've never driven this road, but I've driven the roads close by, more or less, to this. You can tell, it's like, yes, this is it. I'm in North Argentina, and it's stunning. That was just a little canyon road, cactus on the side, and then now it's just open back up again. Look at how much the scenery has just changed up. It's beautiful, lush, green, flat areas are in space. And so different compared to what we just were seeing an hour ago, not even. Wow. We are kind of strapped for time now. It's 4 p.m. already. Where does the day go? I'm a bit jet lagged. The crossing from Chile to Argentina means right now it should be really 3 p.m. in Chile, and it is, but it's 4 p.m. here, so had that sleep in and waited properly for the sun to come out before getting out of bed, which is nice. But yeah, another big day on the road, and tomorrow to get to Salta is the exact same.
Join us next week on the Three-Wheel Dream, where the views in Argentina suddenly change and we explore the famous salt flats and rainbow-colored mountain. The weeks of heavy travel across Peru and Chile have tired us out, and Patty and I look forward to arriving in Salta, the biggest city of the region, for some much-needed rest and to organize the next leg of the journey.